I'll give you my list of pros and cons about this movie.
Just because I like him and watch him all the time and want to be his friend and
so
want to play video games with him or something like that,
so
doesn't mean that I don't have criticisms about
I'm
it.
gonna let I snuck in a burrito.
A whole ass burrito. We sat down. Well, first off, you made it like just like this movie might not have been perfect, but it's definitely kind of like it's inspirational and it's pretty groundbreaking for like a YouTuber to break into the movie space, like the actual Hollywood bigger budget movie space.
In 5, 4, 3, 2. Sing your song, Wade.
What song?
Oh no, you're singing.
Boop de bop and la di da di da. No, wait a minute. Oh, they're not. I can't find anything. I was gonna be like, help! I'm drowning in an ocean of blood.
That was Wade of his interpretation of Iron Lungs.
What did we watch today?
Welcome back to the episode of ShinoBroz podcast.
Actually, I don't know if it could hear me at all.
I'm Sly.
I'm Wade.
And this is another podcast. We just came back from the movie theaters because we just watched Iron Lungs.
Yeah, by Markiplier, aka Mark Fishbach. Or yeah, I think that's how you pronounce his name.
I don't know anything about Markiplier. All I know is that he does like gaming.
Yeah,
he's a big streamer. YouTuber?
He's not. He's a YouTuber.
YouTuber. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, he does do live streams, but he's YouTuber first.
Yeah.
And then does live streams.
So.
And also big, like, eventful,
like cons and stuff? Like
well, I was going to say big, eventful YouTube videos, like the choose your own adventure type.
Oh.
Yeah. He's done a lot of those. And the last one was, like, huge. Markiplier in space.
Yeah, so I don't know much about Markiplier. I know who he is. I know what he does, sort of, but I don't really watch his content like Wade does. So this is a Wade podcast. He's gonna take the reins on this. Take it away, Wade.
It is interesting because not only do you not watch Markiplier, but that means that you haven't seen the video game that he played.
You showed me like some clips of it. I remember.
Oh, some clips of the game,
the actual game.
Yeah.
So
what do you think of the movie? Knowing nothing about the game,
you want
really.
me? Am I gonna get canceled if I talk shit? No, I'm kidding. I'll give you my list of pros and cons about this movie.
Just because I like him and watch him all the time and want to be his friend and
so
want to play video games with him or something like that,
so
doesn't mean that I don't have criticisms about
I'm
it.
gonna let you like do all the fact checks and stuff about the movie itself.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know nothing about it. But from watching the movie, a non-spoiler.
Well, what would you rate it? Just first, what would you rate it?
Out of what, 10?
Out of 10.
I'm gonna say maybe like a 6.
6 out of 10?
6 out of 10. That's me being kind of generous.
Okay.
Because I appreciate the craft. I appreciate the art of it. Like the cinematography. The shots. The visuals itself. Dope. The visuals when I can see it. Dope. The special effects.
Cancel him. How dare he? No,
shut up. At least I like butter. I don't hate butter. Anyways, the movie itself, I'm be honest, the first maybe hour was kind of rough. It was kind of rough. It was slow build up. I'm still confused. Again, I know nothing about this, so to me, I just walked into a semi-gory, suspenseful thriller. Uh, it when it did pick up towards the end where I was more intrigued. I'm like, okay, like what's in the box? What's in the files? Like that part.
That might be a little spoiler. You might have to believe it. What's in the box? What's in the box?
But I don't know. Overall, I appreciate it for what it was. Would I watch it again? Probably not. I did kind of fall asleep at the beginning. But I also came straight from work. I also came from work. I snuck in a burrito.
A whole ass burrito. We sat down. Well, first off, you made it like just as the movie was starting, which I knew you were going to be a little late, but you were actually not as late as I thought you were going to be.
Yeah.
So I walked out a little bit to flag you down, and then we go in and sit down, and there's like nice recliners. We recline and everything, and this man just starts going.
I was hungry. I need today. I went and got Taco Bell when I brought it to the movie theaters. I snuck it in, and that was hard. The beginning of the movie was kind of like quiet too, so I was like, I was timing my bites. And my folding of the wrapping of the burrito.
It wasn't that bad. It was at first though when you pulled it out, it was like kind of. I was like, what's this man got?
No, so what's funny is like probably wasn't as loud as I thought it was in my head, but like when the movie was quiet and I'm chewing, I could hear the crunches.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like crunch slower. And so I'm like. I'm waiting for him to like. I'm waiting for dialogue or something, or music or something to start chewing. But then it was just silent. It was just silent. And then I finished the burrito after like 20 minutes. I finished the burrito because I was eating so slow, and I had this whole wrapper in my hand, but it was making a lot of noise every time you move it. I waited.
Threw it behind him.
I waited until something loud happened. I immediately just crumbled it and put it in the cup holder.
I didn't even notice that. So apparently you pulled it off.
Yeah, because I was tired. I was waiting for something very loud to happen so I can crumble it real quick and throw it in the cup holder.
No, it wasn't that distracting. At first, I could hear crunches or like crumbles, but I didn't hear you crunch like in the mouth. I think it was just loud to you because it's in your mouth.
And it was quiet for some reason. The movie was so quiet in the beginning.
Yeah. But
wait, you said that I missed like good trailers. What do you mean?
Oh yeah, let's start with the trailers. There was a trailer for a movie because like Markiplier is a big YouTuber, right? Mm-hmm. Has a lot of money and everything, but his movie was still like kind of an indie movie. Mm-hmm. So the movie trailers that they were showing were kind of like lower budget indie, and a lot of them were horror, or at least like horror adjacent, like kind of comedy, but kind of also like a little jump scary or whatever. There's a movie, like the first trailer that was playing was called Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. And it's basically a movie where this crazy guy is in the middle of a diner, like giving a whole monologue about how like we are the chosen ones. We need to wake up and stop turning to technology, and like, you know, technology is going to ruin us, and you might think it's a gift, but it's actually a curse, and it's showing like people like at their homes with VR on, and like people looking through their phones and stuff like that, and he's giving like this big monologue. And then it zooms out and everyone in the diner's not listening to him, and they're just on his phone and stuff like that. He's like, wait, are you guys listening to me? So that one looks like it could be like kind of exciting, funny. Yeah. But also like intense. Like, because there were some things that I don't know if that would be in the VR or really happening, but there were some like scary elements and everything. I just wanted to see you in that. And then there was another one called Passenger, and it starts out like this guy, the two guys in a car, and the guy driving says to the guy in the passenger seat who's sucking down like a big gulp or whatever, like a drink. He's like, man, I told you to stop drinking, like you're gonna have to pee again, and I'm not pulling over or whatever. And then it shows like cuts to him just sitting there like I gotta pee. And he's like, come on, man. And then they pull over and he gets out to pee. And then it's following him down to the edge of the road. and shows him, peeing waist up, and you just hear the horn beep. And it's like beep beep, and he jumps and he's like, "Come on, man, I'm trying to pee. Like, hold on a minute or whatever." And then all of a sudden the horn is just like beep. So he's like, "What's going on?" He goes up and both of the doors are open and the car is still on, but there's no one around. So he gets back in the car and he's just waiting. He's like, "Come on, man, where are you? Like, stop fooling around or whatever." And then the other guy just like slams through the windshield, like all bloodied, and he's looking out at the guy and he's like, "Help me!" And then just gets dragged away. And then he's like, "Oh man," and then jumps in the driver's seat and starts driving away. And then like it's not funny at all. It's like, suspenseful.
Yeah.
He's driving fast, and then he sees like someone on the side of the road, and he's looking, and then he's driving. And then he sees the same person on the side of the road, and he's like, and then he sees the person on the side of the road, and then whenever the camera looks over to the passenger seat, that person is in the passenger seat, and it just jump scared you. It was like, "Bah!" or something like that. And I was like, man, I want to see Sylvester's reaction.
Yeah. No, thank you. I'm glad I missed it.
And then there was another one, but I don't really remember what that one was about. Oh, it was for like Ready or Not, Here I Come. Ready or Not movie 2 or something. I don't know. Hide and seek killer movie.
Okay.
But anyway, I give Iron Lung, I would probably give it I was going to say an 8 out of 10, but kind of reflecting, I would probably say 7.5. 7 to 8.
Why?
Because I like it. It's a very dialogue heavy movie, but the stuff that they're saying, and I watched like him play the game. I know of the game and everything, and the amount of Easter eggs to the game that are in this movie obviously are like through the roof, because he's basically living the game in the movie. But a lot of the dialogue, I was trying to pay attention because it kind of like fills in gaps and kind of gives like backstory to his character that you don't really get in the game. Sorry. And so I was paying attention to that, and that was cool, like to see more depth in the world and in the character and everything. The cinematography was chef's kiss. The effects were good enough. No, the effects were pretty good. And most of the blood, fun fact, most of the blood in that is real. They actually got they broke a record for most blood in a movie.
That's terrifying.
Not real blood. Like, cornstarch mixture stuff. But most blood in a movie.
Yeah.
And he I don't know. He just fleshed out the world pretty good. He like the dialogue was cool. His acting I thought was pretty good.
Yeah.
Especially in like the intense rage moments and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, he's a gamer.
The story is where it kind of loses points for me, because it's like, whoa, interesting, but then it's also like still shrouded in mystery. Like it's still like there's a lot of questions. You kind of leave with more questions than you come in with.
Yeah.
And then I would just like to see some more resolution. And then the end is just abrupt, and like it doesn't really give closure, but it is a good, like it's one of those like abrupt endings where you're left wanting more. Where in that movie, like in other movies, it would be like, oh, it'll be answered in the next movie or something like that. But
Infinity
for him,
War. Avengers Infinity
War. But in this movie, it should have been wrapped up a little nicer.
Yeah.
Or at least maybe just like a little extra added piece after the end scene to kind of, I don't know, give it more,
a little more closure, I guess.
Yeah, not even a little more closure, just a little bit more oomph to the ending or whatever. Because it did kind of feel like it was like, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, really? That's the end?
And the credits were just a bunch of people's Facebook default pictures.
Yeah. It was like Polaroid pictures floating in a blood ocean.
Who worked on the movie, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Usually credits nowadays, it ties in with the movie. Like, you know how Marvel does their end credits?
Yeah,
It's always like something like with the movie.
And there's no end credit scene.
Yeah, there's no
Not
end
that I
credit
thought
scene.
there would be, but
I didn't think there were going to be.
Yeah.
Going into... Are we good to go into spoiler territory?
I'm good to go into spoilers. We are going to go into spoilers, though, so...
You haven't seen the movie?
Yeah. Our scores for our non-spoiler scores are 6 and
it's 7.
7.
We did not
6, 7, 6, 7.
We did not
6,
do that
7
on
and a
purpose.
half.
We did not do that on purpose. For me, I did not know what was going on in that movie at all. Like,
I do like that it was like this movie might not have been perfect, but it's definitely kind of like it's inspirational and it's pretty groundbreaking for like a YouTuber to break into the movie space, like the actual Hollywood bigger budget movie space, and for it to be received this well. Like whenever they were releasing it, I don't know if I told you or not, but whenever they were releasing it, they only released it in like 200 or 300 theaters in the US. And he told the people, I don't know, like the production people or whatever, the distributing people, he was like, listen, I have a big audience. Like, he's like, I'm not just saying that to float his own boat, toot his own horn or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, but there are a lot of people that want to see it. So they actually like worked with people and worked with theaters and stuff like that to open, and like, I forget what the final number is, but it's actually worldwide now.
Yeah.
And we live in a pretty small-ish town.
People.
And it came to our local theater.
Yeah.
So that's how big of an impact the audience and his YouTube channel had.
Yeah.
To take like a little indie movie and put it in more theaters than it was supposed to be in.
There was like
and there were, we did a 5 o'clock
show.
Yeah, is it matinee or whatever?
I
don't know what it's called. We did a 5 o'clock showing, and it was, I mean, it wasn't packed.
It was a crowd.
When I asked the girl how many tickets she had sold so far, she said there were 26 people in the theater already, and that was before, that was like 4:30, and the movie started at 5.
Yeah, so there's a fan base there. It's an audience there,
pretty much.
So, I'm curious to see how much this movie makes for the opening weekend. So we'll see. But as far as the movie goes, I didn't know what was going on. I understand that there was entities, monsters, I don't know.
Oh yeah, this is spoiler territory, by the way.
Yeah.
We're in spoilers.
So the ship's the submarine or whatever is going through an ocean full of blood. That's the premise.
The little monologue that they did before you got there was saying like that the planets and the stars were dying, and that they found moons with oceans of blood on them, and they are sending expeditions down to figure out like what's in the oceans of blood.
Okay.
So that's basically roughly what they're
like. 95% of the movie is in this submarine. This same setting. So that was interesting. I
knew that going into it though.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that too, but at the same time, it's like in my head, I'm like, how long can you drag this thought? Like I said, the first hour, I was kind of dozing off, but I'm also tired from work. So, but I was trying to. The dialogue was a little stretched for me. It picked up towards the end, but So the submarine's in a ocean of blood and just going around, and they have this X-ray camera thing that takes pictures. And hey, before any of y'all flame me, any of you guys are like love this game or are a big fan of this game, listen, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just saying, all right, as a non-fan, as someone who doesn't know anything, I'm just gonna say how I'm gonna say it. Not mean to offend anybody. This is a disclaimer.
Yeah.
No, this is a disclaimer because I don't know anything about this, so this is not my expertise.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it from a non-fan perspective. So I'm just saying I don't know. Like, I was lost in this movie. I still don't understand. Like, were they monsters? Were they entities? Were they some kind of psychic alien? Were they Titans?
That's what you don't even. It doesn't really delve into that, and that's why it loses points for me in the story, because it doesn't really explain what they are.
Some of the pictures were of quote unquote skeletons that look just like bones. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, but like, how big is this camera? First of all, like, how big are these bones? Because this, I don't know the ratio of how frightened I should be. Like, if it's a human-sized skeleton bones,
no, these are like big skeletons.
Okay. But what I'm saying, I don't know the measurements of the. I see a picture. I'm like, okay.
Although it did kind of, I guess it kind of sneakily hid in how like the depth or how wide the camera was whenever it took a picture. Like, he was mad and he had the button while they were repairing something on the ship, and it flashed everyone in there, which that's when he accidentally found out that it was a radioactive camera. So he just, radiated all the people in front of him working on the ship and all that. But so it was like the whole facility, kind of. The one guy with the skeleton up close, and then it showed people back there. So you kind of got the scope of it there a little bit.
I honestly, I still don't, because from that, I'm like, okay, these are human-sized people. But then you see the picture of the one skeleton was like, it was kind of like just a skeleton. I'm like, okay,
it's like a fisheye.
Kind of, yeah. So I didn't understand the ratio of how scared I should be. I'm like, okay, it's just a human-sized skeleton. That's normal. That's normal, right? But then they showed like monsters, like just like a fish head or something. Yeah. And I'm just like, okay, that's a little creepy. And then it's moving. I'm like,
the fish head was creepy. There was that one scene where he takes a picture and it's like way up close.
Yeah.
And then it's like
back up.
That's weird. And then he took another picture and it was like back a little further. Yeah. And then he took another picture and it was like back in like a hole, and it's like, that's eerie.
So yeah, so I'm like, okay, creepy. Are these monsters or what is this? And like, they're probably more scared of you than you are of them. Like, and then
that's because in the one part where he's like, listen, I'm just trying to go home. He's not talking to them. Like, he's just talking to himself to them. But he's like, I'm just trying to go home. Don't mind me. Don't worry about me. Just, I'm minding my own business or whatever.
And then the part where something was talking to him, like, I don't know, telepathically or something. I don't know. So what was that about? Like, in my head,
I'm still lost too.
In my head, I'm thinking, okay, he's losing oxygen. So maybe that's them saying like, oh, he's hallucinating because he's deprived of oxygen. Your brain needs oxygen. So that kind of makes sense. But then it got weird and freaky, and then he started throwing up blood, and the blood starts getting in the ship. And then there was that part where it was like,
the blood was growing.
The blood is us or something.
Oh,
and then like he took his bandages off and stuff, and he's got all these like marks. And I was like, dude, you got AIDS for sure. That's you got hepatitis A, B through Z. Like, it's you have all your
blood's contaminated, man.
Yeah, the blood's contaminated. You got all the STDs. You got AIDS. You're gonna die.
You got herpes on the arm.
Spoiler: this whole movie is just. It's just about STDs.
But I will say, as someone who watched him, I never played the game, but I watched him play the game and all that. I have no idea what was going on there either. I don't know if he, like you said, if it was hallucinating due to lack of oxygen, or if like he like the fish things are aliens and they have telepathic abilities. They were talking about light, like being
The rapture or something.
Yeah, well, the quiet rapture was like what kind of like took out a bunch of planets and people and stuff like that. But like, did they cause the rapture? Are they a product of the rapture? Like, are they kind of like angels? Are they demons? Like, there was nothing to kind of say to put that into concrete. It was all just kind of like, oh no, you decide. Is he going crazy? Is he? I will say that those scenes, like the crazy scenes, I liked until they weren't explained, and then it's like, well, that was a cool scene, but what does it mean?
Yeah, cinematically, it looked good.
Yeah,
and like the part where the one lady was like, you gotta protect the box and stuff and get the data, whatever. That part, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, because he found another ship down there that had a black box and that connected to the computer.
And then we heard what was on it, and it was just, to me, like, as a person that's not deprived of oxygen and is sane and can comprehend what's kind of going on, the whole spiel where the lady's like talking about like you gotta go to the light once, like, well, she's about to die, she's probably losing oxygen, she's hallucinating, obviously, this is just a crazy person. This black box is useless to us. I don't see how this is going to benefit humanity at all.
The woman who was talking to him about the black box was the woman who is on the ship, like the contact with him or whatever. There was another female voice.
I'm talking about when he heard the file. Like, once he got the file, he downloaded the file. Oh, that
was being uploaded and stuff?
And that played out, and then the lady's just, like, coughing up blood, sounds like, and then she's saying something about the light, and to me, I'm just like, she's hallucinating, guys. She's losing oxygen, she's about to die, she's talking crazy because she's about to die, and she's got no oxygen going into her brain.
Yeah,
I don't understand how this is going to help humanity if someone hears this. Like,
that's another thing where that voice, her voice in the recording, was the same voice that the fish alien people were using on him. That's what makes me think.
We don't even know if it's the fish aliens, honestly.
That's what makes me think that, like, the fish aliens are telepathic and they were communicating to him through that. Or whatever, because the voice that you're talking about on the recording was the same voice that he was talking to earlier, who sounded like she was completely sane and all this stuff, and told him to go to coordinate, which was, I think the coordinate was where the ship was.
I don't know. I'm so lost.
Where the other ship was. Yeah, it is a little.
Yeah. If anyone watching this watched the movie or is a big fan of Iron Lungs, if you can just kindly explain, if you
let us know your theories or what you got from the movie and all that stuff too.
Educate us, because I was confused.
I will say the fish, like all of that stuff is lore that he put into the fish, because the fish monster you only see in the game, like you do see the bones and stuff like that, but at the end of the game, like when everything is going haywire, like there's a fire, the blood's leaking in, the oxygen's low, and the oxygen sensor is going off, and it's all just chaotic and stuff like that.
It's like your car engine light, you see everything at once, low fuel, oil needs change, tire pressure low, just everything.
You go to the back to grab like the fire extinguisher or something like that, and when you run back up, the fish just bursts through the front of the ship, and that's the jump scare at the end of the game. So that's literally all that the fish thing does in the game.
I would hate to play a whole game and that be the ending. That's that would suck.
I mean, the game itself is literally in that sub.
Yeah,
you're literally just like walking back and forth, you know, going to take a picture, looking at the picture, going up, and then you manually put in the coordinates and then make sure that you're at the right angle. Like everything you saw him doing in the movie is what you do
in the game.
And the graphics are kind of like PS1 graphics.
I've seen it.
But
not to hate on the people like this game or this movie. I'm just.
It's not for you.
Is that really a fun game for you guys?
It's
I
not
just don't
for
see
you.
the appeal.
It is interesting because it's one of those games where it's like a mystery that's kind of unfolding.
Yeah.
Until the end, and then you get jump scared.
I would hate. That's a terrible ending. I would hate to be. My reward for finishing the game is a jump. No. Miss me with that. Miss me with that. You guys gotta explain to me what is the appeal. Because if I were put in the situation, just let me die. I'd rather die.
I feel like that's. I mean, he might have said this too, but I feel like that's why he chose this game to make a movie out of too, because there were so many like unanswered questions or so much world building that
he gave us more questions. I don't know.
Yeah, he did like explain to me like if it was him hallucinating or if the fish people were like some kind of death angels or demons that were trying to corrupt, or aliens that are trying to corrupt his mind or whatever. And the whole like thing where he was following the voice, and then it looked like the fish broke through and like split the thing in half, and blood was coming through, and he looked over and he could see like the big eye and everything. And then like he just wakes up in the puddle of blood, and you see the fish, like did you see the scale of the fish whenever it was going back into so that's how big that they are on the pictures and everything. So it just goes back in, and then he looks up and there's like just a big eye, and then he flashes back to reality, back in the ship again, and throws up blood. And it's like, well, what was that all about? What was that whole scene like? Was that lack of oxygen? Was that the fish entering his mind? That's the. I mean, for me, that's why it dropped the score a little bit.
Well, if you haven't seen Iron Lungs, go. Don't listen. Be a man of principles. Go watch it yourself and form your own
Decide
opinion.
for yourself.
Don't take our word for it. As I don't know what else to add on to
That's
this. Because
and since we're in the spoiler territory, the ending is basically just like he was protecting. He got the box out, which I will say the movie and his writing and all that and directing was really good at making tense scenes tense.
Yeah.
Like the tension was there. It was, you could, I don't know, cut through it with a butter knife or whatever they say, whatever. But it was like in the claustrophobia.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't too claustrophobic in the ship, even though if you have like actual claustrophobia, you probably get claustrophobia from just it being set in
he's afraid of Santa Claus.
The tiny the tiny area of the submarine. But whenever he had to go under, I did like too when he had to go under there to like restart the ship.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh fuck this" or whatever. And it made it claustrophobic in there already.
Mm-hmm.
And then he like restarted the ship and everything like that earlier in the movie. But at the end of the movie, he had to go back down into the claustrophobic area, but it was filled with blood.
It was filling with blood.
Yes, filling with blood. So not only are you claustrophobic, but it's like the drowning fear of...
And all those STDs and diseases.
And then, oh yeah, I almost completely forgot. He ripped his arm off.
Yeah.
Like, that's whenever the blood was like attaching itself to him and stuff like that.
Say, fuck humanity, this ain't worth it.
Yeah.
Just let me die of both my arms, please.
He pulled one arm off and he's like, and then he was pulling the other arm off, and then he pulled and he went and the arm stayed there, and he's like, oh man. And but then he got the black box and tied the raft to it, or tied the life jacket to it. And then that's whenever
it just floated up. The big giant fish missed it, I guess. I don't know.
And that's another thing I don't get is not only did it float up, but he had to go, because in the getting there, the way that it's mapped out is like, here's the place where it's starting. His ship drops down, okay, and then you kind of just go, and it's tethered. You just go around, the blood ocean to coordinates that they set and all that stuff. Well, in the movie, he says that the tether was cut.
Yeah.
So he's just on his own, and apparently the fish pulled it down into a cave. So he's mapping out the cave area. So not only are you here, but now you're here in caves going through. And then whenever he's at the ship that's in the cave, taking the pictures and stuff, and then I guess he turned around and started going back up, but I don't know if that was super clear. So I was still thinking he was down in the cave.
Mm-hmm.
The life jacket would just float to the top of the cave.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see, unless it said something where he put it forward while all this stuff was happening, so it was still moving out of the cave. But I'm just like, would it have made it to the surface? And would it have made it to the surface that fast?
Also, that light, how's that light powered? I think the light would die out, and it was just...
I don't know. Yeah, it was like he had to put water on it or something like that.
I think we're thinking too much into this now.
Yeah. I will say...
Making it too real.
I'd like to hear his thoughts on the movie and everything like that now that it's out and he can talk about it and stuff. Because he did say like the whole thing was stressful and he had to go back and reshoot stuff and all this stuff.
Yeah,
and I feel like he's the type of person to where like, I've worked enough on this movie, time to just cut it off and move on to the next movie.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it feels like.
I think all this,
but not in a totally bad way.
I think all of his angry scenes where he's like shouting or anything, it was real because he's sick of being in that claustrophobic.
Yeah.
That whole set was just him in there. They just kept him in there and just put a camera around. It's like, all right, action.
And he was on like a, I forget what he said it was called, but it's like a machine.
Yeah.
So they built the set on this like basically giant mechanical bull set.
Mm-hmm.
So all the times when he was flinging around and stuff like that, he was actually getting thrown around, which can't be safe.
Probably not, but
But yeah. So that's the ending. Just it showed it floating to the top, and then like the light was on, and then all of a sudden you see like a light on it, and you hear like a helicopter sound or whatever.
Yes.
So they get the box at the end.
But I don't
And then it just like credits.
I don't know what data could be on it because all we heard was a lady.
Don't know what's on it. It's all about it's
the one file of the lady just
don't know how it could save humanity.
Yeah. So that's our 2 cents, or that's our nickel on it because cents don't matter anymore. Pennies are discontinued.
That's our nickel.
That's our nickel.
Pennies don't exist. But yeah, it is a 2-hour movie. It is a slow burn. It's worth watching if you like Iron Lung, if you like Markiplier, or if you're just bored and want like some kind of, if you're into indie movies.
You need a good nap.
And something like that. Nap through the first hour, I guess.
It does pick up.
I liked it though.
It was alright.
Yeah.
With that being said, next time we're gonna go watch Stray Kids Dominate Experience.
Yeah. Our next movie is Stray Kids.
Our next movie is Stray Kids, so that's probably our next podcast. With that being said, thank you for watching, tuning in, I guess. Go watch Iron Lungs if you like Markiplier. Shouts to Markiplier for making that. Took a lot of work.
Heck
yeah. I appreciate the craft. Markiplier's a goat. Even though I don't watch his content, I do appreciate him.
He is, he's a good guy.
Yeah. So
he's super rich, but he also gives back.
Yeah. So
and makes cool shit with his money and doesn't just hold on to it.
Go watch Iron Lungs. Experience it for yourself. Like, rate, subscribe, follow us on our socials, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Join our Discord, be part of our community. And stay tuned. Let us know what you guys want to see next. Let us know what you want to see us do. Let us know what you want us to talk about. Yeah. Comments below. Leave your theories. Let us know what we miss. Let us know what all the things that you like about, what you don't like about it.
Yeah. Explain some stuff to us like we're 5.
Yeah. Go watch Iron Lungs.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace.